Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I want to talk about Kimmi's interview with DJ Richie Sky on his YouTube channel. I also want to talk about the friendships on the show back then with the original 6 castmates, which were Melody and Martell Holt, LaTisha and Marsau Scott, and Kimmi and her husband, Maurice Scott. I also want to repeat what Kimmi had to say about why Miss Wanda has an issue with her. And then I want to give you the update on the news about Kimmi's health condition, because we will be learning more in the upcoming episodes. So in a previous video, LaTisha Scott, one of the original members of the show Love and Marriage Huntsville, said that her friendship was rocky when it came to Melody and Martell Holt back in 2018. Now this was right before they started filming together for the show, and the reason the friendships became rocky between the two was because Martell blamed the other guys for him stepping out on his ex-wife Melody. And so this makes sense because the friendships between all the couples always seemed rocky from the show. They were always argumentative with one another and could never come together on one accord when it came to making a decision for the comeback group. And so Kimmi Scott, who is LaTisha Scott's sister-in-law, confirms the same thing in this interview with DJ Richie Sky on his YouTube channel, that the Holts and the Scotts were not in a great place before the television show, but instead says the television show brought them all back together. It brought them all back together as the comeback group. And so full circle, it makes sense why the comeback group never worked and why there has been so much tension and so many issues between the original 6 castmates, because they weren't in a good place before they started filming for the show, and it just continued to spill on national TV. Now Kimmi continues to tell DJ Richie Sky on his YouTube channel, when asked about the friendships between all of the couples, why are the friendships in such shambles now? And Kimmi tells him that things in the friendship had already started to splinter long before a TV show, and the comeback group never worked out because there were 6 strong entrepreneurs who had 6 differences of an opinion coming together, and everybody wanted to be a leader. So it was hard because nobody would agree with each other, she continues to say. The TV show is what brought us back together actually, and had us spending more time with each other. Years prior to the television show, we did everything together, she says. We slept at each other's house, went on camping trips and date nights together. And y'all, these are some of the same things that LaTisha was saying in her interview that she had with DJ Richie Sky. Now Kimmi continues on to say, but months prior to filming, we weren't hanging out that way. The reason for that was the difference of opinions of dealing with the comeback group, and in all fairness, the glue of the group. She says, I feel like the Holts and the Scotts were the glue of the group, which was Maurice and LaTisha and Melody and Martell. She says they were good friends. Me and Maurice were like the extras. We kind of just went along to get along. And so when the two had differences of opinions and didn't quite hang out as much, we all didn't hang out as much. It just happened like that. So that was Kimmi's statement when asked about the friendships between the original 6 on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then Kimmi also mentioning that Melody and Martell Holt were the glue that held the friendships together. Now Kimmi also gets into the real reason why Miss Wanda has an issue with her, and she actually says that it started with season 1 reunion, and when Kimmi was asked about Melody's Holt's social media posts. Now Kimmi says that she answered the question with a yes, that she had seen Melody's social media posts, and LaTisha answered the question with a no, that she hasn't seen any of Melody's social media posts. And so this was the start of Kimmi and Miss Wanda having a daunting relationship between each other. And Kimmi says that she feels like if she hangs out with Melody, or she goes to a party like the one Melody had at Christmas time, her pajama party from last season, Miss Wanda always tags Kimmi in the wrong and never in the right, and believes her relationship between her and Miss Wanda will continue to be rocky until Kimmi treats people like Miss Wanda treats people on LaTisha's half. Which is tough, y'all, because how can you treat people a certain type of way based on how they treat your daughter? It just doesn't make sense to me. Also, later on in this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Kimmi will be sharing what is going on with her health. And the only reason she has not completely spoken out about what is going on with her is because she wants for for it to air on the show first. She does mention that some days are better than others, but she is working towards having all great days, and that is her goal at the end of the day. And she does continue to ask for prayers, y'all, but also mentions that this development in her health has not changed the person who we have always known her to be. She will continue to be who she has always shown us to be on the show, and once it plays out on the show, she has no problem with speaking up or speaking out about everything then. But at the end of this interview, I feel Kimmi gave a hint, as to what is going on with her health condition. Now, I don't want to speculate, of course, but she does have a non-profit called Impacted, and then she also mentioned that they will be doing a charity event, which is going to be under the non-profit called Bowling for Boobies in the month of October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So you kind of make your allegations from there, but like I said, I don't want to speculate. I really want to wait to hear from her before I speak on anything. So leave your thoughts in the comment section of this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.